What's going on, guys? My name is Austin. This is the Bodies in Business podcast. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and that is naps. I love a good afternoon nap. If I am exhausted and I just need that quick boost to get me going, I take about a 15-minute nap and I am rock solid for the rest of the afternoon. And then sometimes I can even do more work in the evening because I have a lot more energy. Now, there are some people that do not need to nap, and that is completely fine. But if you get a little tired in the afternoon, I'd say around like 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and you feel like you need a nap, research has shown that a 10 to even 25-minute nap can be unbelievably helpful for your alertness, productivity, and just overall mood. So I'm gonna just jump right into it really quick. What are the benefits of taking a nap? I'm going to give you the goods up front because everybody just wants to know when I'm supposed to take a nap and for how long. The ideal nap time length is around 10 minutes to 25 minutes. And the reason for that is because if you sleep between 10 to 25 minutes, you don't allow yourself to get into deep sleep. So research has shown that if you go beyond the 25 to 30 minute mark, then you're going to get into deeper sleep. And if you wake up around 45, 50 minutes, even an hour, sometimes you wake up super groggy. And that's when people are like, man, naps suck. Naps aren't for me. They even make me more tired. So you have to be strategic with your naps. If you're going to try to take a nap between 10 minutes or maybe even 25 minutes. My ideal nap time is around 15 minutes. I set my alarm on my phone for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, I wake up and I'm so rejuvenated. I would say 95% of the time. Now, there are times when I wake up and I'm just like, man, I needed another 5 or 10 minutes. But 15 minutes is a sweet spot for me. Now, everybody has a different nap time length that's going to be good for you. But like I said, you don't want to get into that deep sleep. And it's been shown that deep sleep starts to happen around that 30-minute mark. So I try not to flirt with that 30-minute mark that much because I don't want to wake up groggy. And then if you wake up groggy, you're going to feel like, oh man, I gotta pick myself back up. The whole point of the nap is to give yourself a boost. So I'm going to tell you some benefits of a nap. Number one, naps can improve cardiovascular health, which is pretty cool because we all want a heart that works well. Naps are great for heart health. Number two, naps have been shown to improve learning and memory. We all want to learn stuff and we always want to have a good memory. Number three, naps can improve performance and alertness. NASA did a really cool study back in the day, back in like the 90s, and they found that astronauts that took a 26-minute nap, I know that's super explicit, but obviously NASA has to be very spot on with what they're doing because anything outside that would be crazy, but not really. A 26-minute nap was shown to give people more alertness and better productivity after they took their nap. That's cool to know, is like people like NASA, who are the top performers in many types of industries, they're taking naps to be better at their jobs. That's awesome. And then the final thing is naps can improve your mood and emotional regulation. After you take a nap, you probably feel a little better and you probably feel a little happier. If you're a little grumpy in the afternoon, maybe take a nap, might feel a little better. We talked about why naps are good for you. Let's talk about how you can take the best nap. The best nap you can take is when you can find a quiet place where you know you're not going to get disturbed. Now, for some people, that's like, I can't do that because the only place I can do that is if I drive in my car somewhere and lock myself in a room somewhere. But other people, definitely like myself, have the capability to lay down on a yoga mat in my office and close my eyes and set an alarm for 15 minutes and close my eyes and start doing some deep breathing. I do what's called 4-7-8 breathing, and that really slows my heart rate down and it makes me focus on my breath, and then I knock out in probably 30 seconds to a minute. Some days I feel like, man, I'm just not that tired. I'm not going to fall asleep. But then all of a sudden, bam, I'm out. And then my alarm goes off at 15 minutes. Sometimes I wake up like 1 to 2 minutes before my alarm goes off. And that just makes me feel like, okay, that was a good enough amount of rest. Like I said, I like to do 15 minutes because that's that sweet spot. I know 15 minutes is like a short enough time to where I don't feel like, man, I'm going to lose like almost an hour. So like around that 25-minute mark, I'm like, man, that's a long nap. But 15 minutes has been good for me. You have to find your sweet spot when it comes to naps. You can do 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever you feel like is best for you. You want to be in a dark room if possible. You don't want to have too much sunlight on your face so that your brain and body can feel like it's time to take a nap. And then we talked about no distractions. You want to try to eliminate all distractions, all noises, so you can relax and focus, because if there's a lot of noise going on, a lot of chatter, a lot of things that can bother you, you can't relax. You can't fully relax and get into that nap as quickly as possible. And that's what we're trying to do so that we can get back up and get going. So this researcher, her name is Dr. Gina Poe, said that when we fall asleep in the first 20 minutes, our bodies start building the adenosine back into ATP. And why that's important, why power naps are called power naps, is because throughout the day, we're burning this energy in our body called ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. And the byproduct of ATP is adenosine. When you burn that ATP, there's adenosine that builds up in your brain and body. When you take this power nap, your body actually takes that adenosine that you built up and starts making more ATP with it. And it makes a lot of ATP with it. So that's why it's called a power nap. Now, one thing to be aware of, and this is kind of something you don't want to mess with your nighttime sleep too much. You want to take naps that are, going to make you more productive during the day, but you don't want to take a nap too close to bedtime so that it messes with your nighttime sleep. So the protocol for when to take a nap is at least 6 to 7 hours before bedtime. So if you go to bed around 10 o'clock, you don't want to take a nap probably later than 4 o'clock. Okay? Because if you take a nap later than 4 o'clock, it's going to take a little more time for your brain and body to build up that adenosine to make you sleepy. Everyone has a different bedtime. I try to go to bed around 10 or 10:30. So I try not to take a nap later than 4 o'clock. Like today, I took my nap at 3:15. And so I'm in that window of 6 to 7 hours before bedtime. So I feel like I'm going to build up enough adenosine so that I'm sleepy at nighttime. So that's it, guys. If you want to take naps, they're actually very beneficial for you. Don't feel like you have to take a, drink another coffee or take another 5-hour energy. If you've got hours upon hours of work left, you can take a little nap, get that boost, and keep going. We're starting to realize more and more that rest is actually the better option than just trying to power through, because whenever I wake up from a nap, I feel so much more productive than I would have had I just kept pressing on and trying to work through this tiredness. Now, I don't always take a nap every afternoon. There are some afternoons where I don't feel sleepy, and it's okay. You don't have to take a nap every day if you don't feel like it. But there are occasions when a nap is super, super helpful. And like I said, just remember those things when you're trying to take a nap. Try to limit the time that you're taking a nap from 10 to 25 minutes. Try not to take a nap too late into the day. So don't go later than about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then also try to find a quiet, dark place. And yeah, that's it. I mean, naps have been so beneficial in my life. There was a time when I was getting such bad sleep at night and I had to take a nap in the afternoon if I wanted to be productive throughout the day. And naps just kind of saved my productivity because I was just a zombie sometimes because I wasn't getting great sleep at night. And it's just a great tool that you can use. That's all I got, guys. If you have any questions about naps, please feel free to reach out. Hopefully that helps. If you are getting drained throughout the day and you need that little boost in the afternoon, get yourself a good nap. Get after it.